Shalom, my little friends. Okay, we're going to do this one quickly because it is just, it's freezing out here. Okay, alright. The lineage of the Illuminati traces back to the mystery schools of the East. The cube represents Earth in Pythagorean India. Indian deities standing on cubes. Now, if you will look in Ephesians, I can't remember exactly which Ephesians, but it's talking about the one with don't follow by every wind of doctrine of the enemy. That word for doctrine is actually cube. Means cube. Like, look it up. And I'm pretty sure it's doctrine. I will look it up when I get in the house and make sure, and I'll pin it. Alright. Okay, so we just read that. Egyptian pharaohs sitting on cube thrones and Platonic traditions. It's even realized as a sacred symbol today by the Freemasons, believed to be Illuminati affiliated, when they stand on an oblong square cube during particular rituals to the worshipful master. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The cube is the building block of all nature, and the five solids of the ancients labeled as the Pythagorean solids include a tetrahedron, pyramid, a tetrahedron, pyramid, cube, octagon, icosahedron, and dodecahedron. I'm not saying these right. I'm probably not saying it right. Please forgive the countryness. I'm telling you, I ain't been, really, I have not been studying the Bible, but just for almost, I'll be going on 12 years coming up year. And I had no schooling before then. So, seriously, please excuse the reading sometimes. Alright. Another reason the cube is considered the building block of nature is because the ancient Greeks believed that the element of earth was comprised of cube-shaped particles, given their stability of the shape. There's also importance in the numerology of the cube, as I allude to in my post on decoding Imlani symbolism, triangles, pyramids, and the sun. The three sides of the triangle represent the number 3, and this concept is used in gematria. The ancient Babylonian Hebrew numerology practice that assigns numbers to words or letters. The number 3 is representative of the spirit realm or the heavens, while in contrast the number 4 represents the physical realm, the material three-dimensional world we can relate to. Another analogy to consider is that the upright triangle points towards the heavens while the inverted points to the earth, or hell if you want to get all fire and brimstone with it. As an example for the use of 3 and 4 in symbolism, we can take a look at the infamous square and compass of Freemasonry. Again, I'm using material from Marty Leeds. Check him out. A triangle and a Freemasonry symbolism for a representation of the higher power, the G in Grand Creator. The troll used in Freemasonry symbolism is also triangular, while the 32nd degree initiates are symbolized with a triangle. The symbols can be explained as the duality of our purpose in life. The compass represents the spirit realm or our soul, and this is purposefully drawn above the square to show its importance. The cube is merely the three-dimensional version of the four-sided square, which corresponds to the physical realm and material world. Yet another link to the cube being the building block of nature, with nature being the material world. We can also logically see that the number 4 is represented in many forms of our established world. There are the 4 seasons, the elements, air, fire, earth, and water, signs of the zodiac, cardinal directions, and countless other places. The tetrarchs or tetrad, is the triangular shape composed of 10 points, which was a secret mystical symbol to Pythagoras. It appears in various forms, one of which is arguably the Kabbalah. The 10 sephirots of Kabbalah correspond to the 10 points of the tetraax. If you take 7 of the 10 points to form a cube, you are left with 3 dots that represent the ethereal, invisible nature of the world, while the 7 of the cube represent the material, three-dimensional world. I'm sorry. Did y'all see snot coming down my nose, or I suck it up? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, staying on the Kabbalah, mystical occult knowledge, we can also make a reasonable relation between Saturn and the cube. Black cube. The black cube is symbolic of Saturn because of occult beliefs, and it's symbolizing the three-dimensional world we live in as a symbol for matter. One of the oddest things surrounding Saturn worship, the observance the NASA, Voyager, and Cassini missions made when they were taking photos of the poles of Saturn. There is an unexplained hexagon-shaped vortex storm on the north pole of Saturn that you can see in the public domain. A hexagon is actually a flattened out cube when viewed at three-dimensionally. So I find it odd that the ancient occult practices somehow knew this and worshipped it before the photographs were taken, and that's of Saturn. Okay. So, now look, I wanted y'all to see this. Israel started a black cube. Black cube has developed an issue of tools and methodologies to handle massive amounts of data, and this was like set up a few years ago. I can't remember the exact date, but it's Israeli business. See, Israeli elite. And it's called the Black Cube. I mean, they have a black cube that sits, off their forehead. The Jews that don't believe in Yahushua, Jesus. And it's caught in areas of the internet such as the dark net. They work with the net, dark net, the deep web. It's called the Black Cube. Okay. Kabbalah Cube, Part 2. Exposing the cube form of the enemy. The cube structure is originally in Hinduism. It's the center of the ancient Hindu temple. The Garbhagriha is a cube-shaped room without decoration. Only a qualified priest may enter this magical place to worship the image with flowers, water, lights, incense, and offerings, symbolizing the 5 elements. A narrow passage runs around the sanctuary to be walked along clockwise. The entire Hindu temple is built on either the Mercury square or Moon square mathematics to invoke these etheric qualities. The sacred mount is the rest of the temple, built around and over the cube at the center. This is the sacred geometry. The outermost mount is built to generate energy and draw it down into the center to the cube, as the cube is built in the shape of the earth element, which contains the energies of space that of spirit. Oh, I didn't do the rest of it. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry I didn't do the rest of it. That is my bad. But I did, I think I did. Oh, okay. So, that is the end of that with the black cube. Oh, cuneiform. This is what, Anthony Patch has been, describing about the day books that were found, I think, in China. He's been talking a lot about this cuneiform, and if you, I've done videos on, and I'll see if I can figure out which ones it was, talking about, showing these specific symbols. They have went around and around and around, with every ancient culture has used these specific symbols right here, these little dagger looking things, and these symbols that are over here in this one. They've all used this. And it is to radiate this energy to, open up these portals around to get into what? The spirit realm. It's all about the spirit realm. I'm not going to read all this. You can see it. It's about the cuneiform and where it came from. But one last thing before we go, because I wanted to show you that up here, I'm sorry, excuse me. I think it was 4. Okay, yeah. Up here, this is talking about the Templars. And I'm just now getting an understanding of the Templars. My dad and I have been having conversations about the Templars. And my dad is straight up, he thinks that they're innocent. Me, well, you've got Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and Oak Island, where they seem to think that the Templars are at. Now, that's no coincidence. Oak and oak, and the Bible verses that we've been reading on this channel these past few days, they've got oak in it. The word oak. I wasn't looking for that. That's Yahushua Jesus. So there's something to that, okay? But if you look at where Oak Island is and Oak Ridge, Tennessee, lining up, they're like right beside each other. And then if you'll do the lineup from Cern, Switzerland to Oak Island and it's unbelievable the connections going on here. So I don't know what's on Oak Island, but they say the Templars have got treasure there, and possibly the treasure from Jerusalem. And it's very possible. I believe it. My dad's like, oh, they would have spent all that if they were these that were trying to take everybody's money. No, not really, because they understood the energy that radiated off of these specific stones, jewels, plates, the Ark of the Covenant, if possibly the Ark of the Covenant. They might not have even got that, but certain writings, the gold that was taken from there, the silver that was taken from there, these things radiate energy. If they were made for the temple of Yahuwah, the Lord God Almighty. So they wouldn't have spent it. They knew, and I think that's why Oak Island is where Oak Island is, and that's where some of this treasure is because, and that's why around it they've got these hadron colliders and stuff. But this friend of mine that's on here, apparently they've been listening for a while. Can't remember their name, but they're from Portugal. Praise Yahushua Jesus. Gave me a little tidbit of information. It's called the Order of Christ. This is how I kind of got this information this morning. Now, I don't know if this talks about Portugal, but I know that that's how I got this information this morning. And it goes right along with what we just read. Although perceive as many things, ultimately the Grail. Yeah, let's read this. Ultimately, the Grail describes the journey of a hero who undertakes a perilous journey into a mystical land and returns transfigured by the experience and the knowledge he's exposed to, whereupon he has a spiritual awakening. So to anyone who understands the mysteries, the Grail is not an object, but the search for the highest spiritual potential within oneself. In the religious climate of the medieval Europe, nothing could be more dangerous. The Templars reversed the tide of ignorance perpetuated by the church by offering anyone the chance to experience its living resurrection, to which end they built countless secret chambers, much like their predecessors from Egypt to ancient Japan. Excuse me. And this is perhaps the single most reason why both rich and lay people donated all their worldly goods to help the order succeed. It must be stressed that the living resurrection has historically been performed in secret chambers and ancient sacred sites. Science now knows that such ancient temples are found at the intersection of the Earth's electromagnetic pathways. This concentrated energy is known to stimulate areas of the brain that lead to altered states, such a spiritual technology is a prerequisite for inducing the voluntary near-death experience that sends the candidate on a shamanic out-of-body journey. It was the key ingredient in living resurrection ceremonies, and virtually every site won by the Templars was an ancient sacred site, typically dedicated to Isis or her regional doppelganger. As a Templar knight, king. Okay. that's what we're going to read, because I want to get more understanding of this. So, what's the point of this? The point is that it's all about this right here, just described the same thing as what we were reading about the Hindus and their sacred spots. And these Templars, they would go and they would find these, they would search all over by, I think that it's hailing or sleeping. Anyway, they would search all lands for this electromagnetic activity and build their temples there. But they were led by the fallen angels because they followed the directions of Solomon's writings to the T. See, the whore of Babylon is going to be the one nation that has went a whoring after the knowledge, the Babylonian knowledge. Solomon went a whoring after Babylonian knowledge. He ain't the only one, but he brought in a lot of stuff, man. But anyway, thank y'all for listening so much, and I'm gonna get out of here because I'm telling you what, it is cold, and y'all have a blessed day in the name of Yahusha. Seriously, get a concordance. Do your own research, do your own studies, get a concordance and read. And don't be boastful about this stuff either. When you're talking to folks about this stuff, don't talk to them like, oh, I know. And pray so much to the Holy Spirit when in breath that you will be given an understanding of how to speak to the person that's in front of you. Pray in your head as they're talking to you if you have to. I pray while they're talking to me with my lips, while they're speaking to me. I'm hearing every word they're saying, but I'm praying with my lips as they're speaking. Really, really low, like probably ain't even really speaking, any sound coming out, but I'm using my lips and thinking in my head, the words to say to whoever's speaking to me and combating me on this stuff. Well, praise Yahushua. Thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed day.